to be real cool, and you turned out to be a slave. You.
Okay. I'm trying to.
To be real cool, and to be real cool, and you turned out to be a slave. You. We used to be real cool, and you did some grimy shit. Can't trust you. We used to be real cool, and you turned out to be a slave. We used to be real cool, and you did some grimy shit. Can't trust you. We used to be real cool, and you turned out to be a slave. Fuck you. We used to be real cool, and you did some grimy shit. Can't trust you. Whatever happened to my brother's keeper?
Whatever happened to Am I My Brother's Keeper? Okay. Shout out to Skull Crusher Productions for that fire right there. Okay. Now, let's do this right. This is the Kim Porter book. Okay. This is the Kim Porter book. This is the Kim Porter book. Okay. Disclaimer. One of Kim Porter's final wishes was for this memoir diary to be made public out of protection for certain parties and their potential criminal activity. Some celebrities, performers, and events have been represented with X's due to their highly explosive nature. At some point in the future, this information will be revealed to the public. Regarding Kim's sudden death, the mysterious illness of Albie Shore and Jamie Foxx, evidence does exist that points to foul play and or poisoning. God bless Kim Porter, and God bless all of Sean Combs' victims, both male and female. All right. Table of contents. Chapter 1, Introduction. Soon after high school, I started landing modeling gigs. I couldn't believe it. It was happening so fast. I met my husband, father of my oldest child, one of my oldest friends, Albie Shore. It was a whirlwind romance. I was only 19 when we married, and no, it didn't work out. Al is still one of my best friends. To this day, our son Quincy is so talented and wonderful. At that time, I had no idea my relationship with Al was going to introduce me to the man I would spend the better part of my adult life with, a man whom I would love and cherish, but eventually fear and hate. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I will say, although I knew what was going on, I turned a blind eye many times. Here, I have to tell the truth. Unfortunately, because deep down I knew everything that was happening, I lied to myself a lot. He was so charming, a wolf in sheep's clothing, a devil, and I fell for it. The story must be told despite the fact it will hurt my children. I cannot hide it any longer. Sean Combs must be stopped. Whew. Okay. 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 So that's the introduction. That's our intro. Okay. Humble beginnings. I was born to loving parents, Jake and Sarah Porter, in Georgia. I wanted to be famous since the 10th grade. One of my best friends, Tina, said, "You won't make it here in Georgia." If I really wanted to be famous, I would have to leave my hometown and my home, Georgia. That conversation was so important looking back now. Hold on. I gotta sip my water because I've been trying to do this for a minute. I met Al working in the industry. He was so dope and charming. I had such a crush on him. Who doesn't? We were married before we knew it, and Quincy was on the way, but I was young, and I just felt like it wasn't going to last. It was a little heated after we separated, but we passed that. He is just a super dope guy, forever bonded through Quincy. Thank you, Al. I always love you. When I met Sean, he was cool. I didn't think of him at the time. He was just another guy at the label. Uptown was huge, and we was all living our best life. But Sean continued to lay on the charm, and before I knew it, we were dating. As a single, as a young single mom at one of the hottest companies in the world, life couldn't get any better. Then it did. My boyfriend was getting even bigger. Sean kept reaching out. I kept ignoring his calls. Eventually, in a few weeks, we ran into each other at an event. He came over. We were cordial. He flattered me, saying, "You look so amazing." I replied with a simple, "Thanks, Sean." I tried to get up to leave. He pulled my arm. As I turned to him, he looked deep in my eyes and said, "Look, what happened between us was weird, but I really care about you. Can we?" He paused. I tried to use this as my attempt to escape. I pulled my hand back and said, "Sorry, Sean, I have to go. Please, I think I'm falling in love with you. Can we talk?" My breath was taken away. Did he say he loved me? It was fast. I wasn't aware of this as his manipulation tactic. Not yet. God, I was so young, so naive. "Let's just have dinner." And I fell for it. 2 days later, we went out for drinks. The place was nice. He was coming up, pulling out all the stops to impress me. Pulled the chair out for me. Back then, he was always a gentleman. He smiled and said, "Look, I hated it, and I never want to do it again. Give me another chance." Over coffee the next morning, I decided to give him another chance. Okay? So he done already did some weird shit. She forgave him, gave him another chance. Okay? For the next year and a half, things seemed pretty normal. It was fun. Things were going great. Okay. Y'all at least, um, people in the bushes at least like my shit. For the next year and a half, things seemed pretty normal. It was fun. Things were going great, and we were living the dream I dreamt about throughout my youth. Sean and Clive were working on Bad Boy. He had his first couple of artists, Craig Mack, some rapper from the West Coast called Notorious B.I. to help Chris develop. He was collaborating, mind you. Did you hear? He had a dude from the West Coast called Notorious B.I. to develop Biggie. Okay? Biggie Smalls was copyrighted, so he used Notorious B.I.G. But it was a dude that mentored him, that molded him, artist development, developed him, taught him performance and things. His name was Notorious B.I. He was from Cali. Okay, so, okay. He was collaborating with the biggest hip hop names. Things could have not been more amazing. Then he asked me to do it again. It was insane. Sean said, "Baby, I can't stop thinking about it." "What the hell are you talking about?" I responded. "I just can't stop thinking about that night. It was amazing. Can you screw me one more time, please?" I became infuriated. "Why don't you go to Clive? He is the one screwing you, isn't he? Then Sean hit me. This wasn't this was the first time, but he slapped me hard. He started begging, I'm sorry, holding my cheek where he hit me. I turned and ran off. That should have been it. But I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. He sent flowers, expensive gifts. We bumped into each other at another industry event. He sat down next to me. This was deja vu. Imagine me running into you here. Get the fuck away from me, I forced out. He became more serious and said, Look, baby, I'm sorry. I just glared at him. There's nothing you can say to me. Nothing. After an awkward silence, he finished. You know I love you. I love your son. He's my son. I don't know how to fix this, but I'll do anything. I'm sorry. Shit, he can be so sweet. Here we go with the love thing. This time, not falling in. So she tried. He was great with Quincy, to be honest. Despite everything, I missed him. As he stood and walked away, I remember myself saying, Call me later. What the fuck is wrong with me? So she questioning herself, like, what the fuck am I thinking about? But she got it bad, okay? Okay. Forgiveness. He arrived with flowers. He wanted to see Quincy. He was so good with him. He asked Quincy, How you doing, Tiger? Quincy looked so innocent as he responded, I'm good. I miss you. Sean's response sounded genuine. I miss you too. We'll hang out tomorrow, okay? He gave him a little love pop on the butt. It's bedtime. Quincy replied, Okay, good night, as he turned and headed toward his bedroom. Here was the man I fell in love with. But what was I thinking? Shit, not only does he want butt plugs, he slapped the shit out of me. So why am I still talking to him? They say love is blind, but is it stupid too? As Quincy left, Sean looked at me and smiled. Baby, let's go have some fun. The babysitter's on the way. I just want to show you a good time. We sat on the couch and chilled. The babysitter came, so we left. A big man climbed out of the limo and opened the door for us. He wore a sharp suit with a gun noticeably tucked under his arm. I thought to myself, he could have made that more invisible, or did he want me to see it? Despite my reservations, Gene was a sweetheart. He was courteous and polite. He tipped his head and said, Good evening, ma'am. Gene drew a smile out of me as I responded, Hello. Gene and I would see a lot after this day. So that was the day she met Gene Deal. A year passed and thankfully we didn't have any bad arguments. But Sean had strangely started getting into voodoo. He would put curses on people, and I wasn't sure how to respond to that craziness. My problem as a single mother was I wanted to be married. I always had excuses and delays when it came to committing. His label was blowing up. Biggie dropped, and it was just about over. He signed Mary. And of course, when I found out he slept with her, we fought. He claimed it was a mistake, and my stupid ass took him back. Sean asked me for a threesome with her. At first, I was mad, but Murray was beautiful. It was our first threesome, and I loved it. Murray was sexy. I would not be doing this a lot, but it was hot. I was young, and exploring my sexuality was enticing. Over the years, we brought other women into our bedroom periodically, and we were happy. That is until one day I came home to a situation that went from awkward to a nightmare. Quincy was at the babysitter. Sean was sitting with Al B. Shaw at the dinner table. I had a child with Al. And Sean was the father in Quincy's life. The awkwardness of all of us being together had dissolved a long time ago, but it was still weird that they were here, in my home, together, alone. I sat down and we had drinks. It was fun, conversation was cool, until it wasn't. Al, he was a little loose after a couple drinks. I remember him saying, "It's still weird seeing you with my friend, but you're happy, so I'm happy for you guys." "Thanks, man. Me and you, we've shared so much," Al replied coolly. Word. The conversation took an awkward turn when Sean said, "We all been together sexually, but not together." I was shocked for a moment as quietness lingered. I asked, "What do you mean by all together?" Al shifted uncomfortably, but Sean didn't hesitate. "You know how we sometimes invite other people into our bed?" I couldn't believe it. "Oh, hell no, Sean. This is my son's father." "Al, say something." What Al said was mind boggling. "I don't know. It could be kind of hot. I miss you in that way." Although I couldn't believe Sean would do this, the truth was I still cared about Al. And this could be hot. I didn't want it messing up my relationship and things became awkward. How would it affect Quincy? So I asked, "Are you both sure?" I imagined both of them inside me, and I knew it would be awkward sexually. There would be some bumping of genitals. But what happened next, I could never imagine in my wildest dreams. Al, X, 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 X. I couldn't believe it. I stood there shocked. But when Sean, X, 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 I ran out of the room. This was too much. Sean called out to me, "Oh, come on, Kimmy." They didn't chase after me. They kept Xing. Okay, so LB Shore and Puffy screwed in Kim face. I couldn't get the image out of my mind. I couldn't be with Sean for a while. That wouldn't be the last time I saw Sean in a compromising position, not for a long shot. One day I felt the vault where he kept all his encounters with men. Yes, kept a record of it, but that's for later. I was not playing with my response. Okay, wait a minute. That's the Tupac part. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So she says I was not playing with my response. "Sean, what the fuck?" Pac came to my defense because she was fucking Pac. "Damn, bro, you don't gotta do the sister that way." Cause he said, you know, "I wanna fuck Pac and you together." So this is Pac's response. "Damn, bro, don't do the sister like that." Then Sean went for the kill. "I think my dick's bigger than yours. I bet I can make her come faster than you. What's up?" Pac was appalled. "What the fuck are you talking about, nigga?" Okay. Okay. He's getting out of hand, bro. He's out of hand. Things were contentious since then. The two would not be in the same room. Pac avoided me. Months passed with only tension. And I'm gonna stop it right there. Cause my ass is tired, y'all. I cooked my dinner early and everything, and I fixed this damn. It took me an hour to fix my damn computer, so we can do this shit tomorrow time. I'm gonna smoke the rest of my goddamn blunt. I'm going to goddamn bed. Y'all have a good night. What the hell the man used to say? Uh, something. God bless. Good night. Yeah, something like that. Def Comedy Jam. Peace.